Hello, I'm Kevin Hayward from KSH Safety Services. Can you guess what my middle name is? Safety is my middle name, and that's the name of my podcast.
KSH, 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 KSH. Safety is his middle name.
The Confederation of British Industry have recently stated that conflict in the workplace costs the British economy £33 billion per year. 20% of the leader's time in any business is taken up with conflict. Today's guest is Marcus Farry from Bridge Harmony. Welcome.
And what an absolute warm welcome it is to be invited here today. Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem at all. Just tell me a bit about yourself and how you got into what you do.
Well, story time, right? So I got into mediation just shy of 3-4 years ago now. I did 2.5 years just shy in high crisis, CSC and county lines, safeguarding, protecting kids in care. And then I thought, right, okay, what's next? What's next? So then I went into family mediation and then with parts of community mediation. I've took what I've learned from being such a young child all the way to now. I've always been a very good listener. I've always wanted to understand.
It's very, very, very important, the listening in particular. I get people coming to me in the workplace, whether it should be going to somebody internal first of all, saying we've got this conflict going on here, there, and whatnot. I listen to them, but I don't judge, and that's the important thing, isn't it? Got to remain neutral. When does an employer actually bring you in? Is it normally when it's very late in the day, or is it early on? And
Yeah.
how do you sell yourself that way as well?
Early intervention is always best, isn't it?
Because
Like yourself, firefighting.
I don't firefight. Yeah. I'm first out in a burning building.
In my case, I'm first in. But again, it's having that. If I get a phone call before things start to escalate, fantastic.
Yeah.
Is there a structure in place? Is there a routine in place? Is it formal? Are we at employment tribunal stage? If we can peel it back and just things aren't gelling quite well between two teams, there's two leader roles. Yeah. I call it like the red and blue situation. So, for example, one team wants to paint the room blue, one team wants to paint the room red. Okay, can we have blue chairs in that red room? Oh, I haven't really thought of that. All right, what about red and blue walls? Red, blue, red, blue. And then you're thinking, it's starting to make a little bit of sense. We can work with that, Kevin. We can work with that. Oh, so we can draft that. We can put that down on a piece of paper. All right. What else do you want? Here's the magic wand. You take the wand. Yeah. What else do you want, Kevin? It's got nothing to do with me. It's what you want.
Of course it is. So are some people actually generally off sick and stressed, that type of thing as well, before you get to them? And you're brought in to help out.
Yeah.
I've done some stress risk assessments in a similar sort of way. I was trained as a mediator years ago. It's one of the best courses I've ever done, so I know a lot about what you're talking about. But they can be quite hard on you in some cases as well as a mediator, can't they? How do you cope with things like that?
Me, I keep myself well. I keep myself fit. I've got a practice consultant I liaise with. I got a good tribe around me. Call it tribe, team, your people. Yeah. I got a good set of people around me. I keep up with my CPD. I journal quite a lot. Journaling is really good for just taking off and putting it onto a piece of paper, because if problem written down is half solved, right?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I meditate quite a lot.
When I was telling our producer Al yesterday, you were coming in. Yeah. He misread mediation with meditation, and
it goes hand in hand.
Correct him in the middle of the night. Wasn't it?
You're right, Kev. You're right. Thanks for that, mate.
No problem.
And what an amazing producer as well. What a friendly space this is, and so welcoming.
Yeah, definitely. what sort of, without breaking any confidence, obviously, what sort of issues are generally raised? What are the common issues that are raised?
Okay, so the grievances that I mediate for SMEs and medium-sized businesses, corporate companies usually have it all sorted in-house. And if I do get a call from a corporate, such as the bigger firms, without
Don't
obviously-
name anybody.
yeah, but I was like, oh, okay. No, really though, it's like cross-departmentalized miscommunication emails. Let's just focus on an email for now. If I give you a paragraph and you read it and go, oh, I understand what that means, a client too will receive it and go, I haven't got an absolute clue what that means. Next minute, these threads of emails last 2 or 3 months could be. It could be emojis that are misread in a WhatsApp group text. Or an email, they put an emoji on there and it's like, well, I took that emoji as something else.
Yeah.
All right. What about if we had cultural differences in there? Different type of basket. What if we had digital communication, emails? There's a vast...
The written word is very easy to misunderstand if you get it wrong.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Communication is the biggest success in any company.
Yeah.
But also, on the other hand, it's the biggest failure if it's not put right.
Yeah, definitely. I had a bit of a grievance 20 or 30 odd years ago when I was in employment with somebody, and I was putting it in an email to my manager, and I accidentally sent it to the person the grievance was about, and that led to quite a bit of mediation, shall we say, to resolve it. And in the end, we laughed it off. But it's quite easy to do something wrong in writing and get it misunderstood or whatever.
And it's absolutely critical that anyone at Bridge Harmony does that. It's like knowing the full sensitivity. Now, I've always been this way, of highly sensitive person, and think, feel, understand, and it's my biggest skill set because they call it HSP, highly sensitive person. I call it, I'm just Marcus. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah.
But using what I've been through as my biggest advantage, and people going, oh, were you still here after what you've been through? It's like, 'cause I aim to, I bring that peace.
Yeah.
I bring the peace to the workplace. I try and neutralise. I have a little lightness. I call that a lightness, and we'll have a little bit of laugh, like my funny hairstyle today. I could have done with an haircut, Kev, but
don't worry about it.
this is the light. This,
right.
Exactly. It's a little
fine.
light, and it breaks up the
Of course it
tension.
does.
And it's like, right, how can we move things forward?
Yeah.
And it's that human-centered, empathetic approach again.
How do you go about it? Do you meet the individuals separately first and then bring them together, or do you do it
Absolutely.
all in one first of all? And
So the mediation structure is very structured. All right. So we'll get a phone call from the company. It'll be either from the manager or right, we've got a dispute between client 1 and client 2. So I'll book a one-to-one with client 1, a one-to-one with client 2, all singing on the same hymn sheet, call it. I can see client 1 in the morning, client 2 in the straight after, and then we can resolve it the following same afternoon. I can resolve it in a day, and I have done. And it's easy for them, it's easy for me, but there's a lot of resistance sometimes for the joint session. And I'll go, absolutely fine. Do you know what shuttle mediation is? Oh no, what's that? Well, I'll shuttle from one room to another and then return back to your room. So you've got the best confidentiality and peace. And I'll go, right, do you want to sit in the same room as each other? And they'll go, go on then. They've said really nice things about me now. And then you bridge harmony. Well, pretty much bridge harmony. Yeah. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I did quite a lot in years gone by, stress risk assessments. I don't tend to do them anymore. But one or two of them, it was so difficult just to get them to actually talk to each other. Any tips? Because I've seen that in a few workplaces I've been in recently as well.
Yeah. Be gentle. Gentle with the sensitivity. Find out where it started. Let's go back to the start. So back to the start of how things let's find out what relationship we're working with. What type of relationship was it? Was it a friendship? Was it a partnership? Are they a couple? Let's break it down into small bite-sized chunks. You put them both in the joint session, and then we unpick. It's like spaghetti meatballs.
Yeah.
You go through spaghetti, you find a meatball, right? Meatball, call it an issue. You get through that issue, and the next minute is another meatball, another meatball, another meatball. Right, brilliant. The plate's clear. We're all happy. We've got about 10 outcomes. Are you happy with this? Yeah. Well, next minute, they're going down to the canteen together, walking, skipping, and roly-polying down there, I'm telling you. And you're thinking, you go to your manager, and the manager and go, right, we got 10 outcomes. And they go, they look at you like you just discovered fire. I just went in and did my thing, I call it. I just went in, did my thing, and
I do like your analogies. Can't even say that word. Analogies.
Metaphors.
Yes.
Metaphors,
Yeah, definitely. What do you class as a success then? When they're getting unhappy again together, or that you just resolve that issue?
I call a success when the clients have spoke what they needed to say. Because sometimes it doesn't go ahead to joint session.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a one-to-one. But if they've said exactly what they need to say in that moment and got everything off their chest, that is a success.
Yeah. We first met at a network meeting, November, December, just gone. I can't remember when it was.
Yeah.
Just before Christmas anyway. Obviously lots of different types of business there. What sorts of businesses do you think will help you grow your business?
Good question. That is a very good question. So I look quite well with law firms. With, like, say, I've got a mediation here for you. Not employment law type of, but can you address that? I would say SMEs, to medium-sized businesses that do have a HR department, but want to be like neutral with the situation. So, for example, I'll get the phone call off a manager. It's like, right, it's gone to HR. It's now gone past informal, going to formal grievance, and it's looking like it might be ending up in employment situation or employment law, and it's going there. Always earlier the better. If you know this is happening and the internal mediators call it or HR can't resolve it, that's when I get the phone call.
Well, I've got a client or a couple of clients that the employee has gone off ill with stress or whatever it might be, caused in their eyes by their manager. What would you do to persuade them that you were actually needed? Because the manager's not necessarily going to want to call you.
Well, the success is that they've wanted or tried to at least attempt mediation with the employee that's off between whatever parties are involved, showing that support, showing that care. And if they've tried that, I get the phone call and I'm like the glue that binds the company back together.
Marcus, I know that mediation doesn't always work or can take a long time to work. What is your success rate?
Great question. You're absolutely right. It doesn't always work, but a company that cares will try it. I've had clients where I've seen them once and they've full-on refusal. And then a couple of weeks later, we go back in and we say, hiya, client X. How have things been since we last spoke? And it's a different conversation. I'm not saying it works all the time. It's mediation. And that's the beauty of mediation. It doesn't work all the time. It's not a gamble. It's understanding that a person wasn't ready at that moment in time that they've done that. And I tell you what, it's a transformational process, literally.
Yeah. So sometimes it can go on for a fair while, do you think, before you get the solution?
Well, it can take one day. It can take 1 week. It might take a little bit longer. But again, it doesn't always work.
Yeah.
But a company that cares will have tried it internally and then thought, you know what? We're going to bring Marcus in. We're going to bring Bridge Harmony in and we'll see what they can do from their empathetic point of view.
Yeah. Because
their approach might be different to my approach. 9 times out of 10 it is. But again, that's all day. No one. If it works at the time, brilliant.
Yeah.
If not, send in the Hail Mary. That's what.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Have you ever thought about all the conflicts in the world and how you can resolve them? Because I'm sure you're probably doing a better job than some of these others that are out there at the moment.
Good question. World peace all day long. All day long world peace. I always said one day when I was dreaming of the mediation side, I tell you what, put me at the top of that UN table. I'll sort all them conflicts out. I just we'll have it'll be like a synchronized swimming team after I finish with him. Yeah.
Brilliant.
World peace always.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much. Really enjoyed that conversation today. And thank you for coming in, and good luck with your business and all your mediating as well.
Thank you so much for the invite, Kevin. I really appreciate everyone here today in this beautiful studio and your time as well.
Not a problem, not a problem. And just before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody that has viewed or listened to these podcasts. The figures are outstanding. I'm absolutely amazed at how well they're doing. Please tell everybody all about them. Let everybody know so everybody else gets the same messages. And thank you very much. Safety is my middle name. I'll see you next time.
Safety.